The Oromo people were absent from Ethiopian territory in medieval times before the 16th century, though their ancestors must have been multiplying in what is now Somali country, south of the Gulf of Aden. With their highly developed tribal organization, characteristic institutions outgrew their living space and started migrating in a southwesterly direction towards the end of the 15th century. In the 16th century, taking advantage of the universal chaos following the Muslim wars, the war with Graing Ahmed's forces, the Oromos flooded into the southern marches of Ethiopia. As a result of this wholesale immigration, and in spite of the ferocious resistance of various Ethiopian monarchs, the Oromo came to occupy a great part of the plateau as far north as Wallagga, Shoa, and the region of Harar. They also occupied with less difficulty large tracts of the intermediate levels, as for instance the escarpment region of Wallo, where they form a buffer community between the Amhara of the highlands and the Danakil of the desert. As Buxton and other authorities, both local and international, relate, the migration and expansion of the Oromo resulted in the genocide of a significant and massive number of the Amhara population and other indigenous people inhabiting the southern region. In Abba Bahari's chronicles known as Zenahulagala, which is an eyewitness work dating to the 16th century by an Orthodox monk who records the massive and atrocious genocidal acts against the Amhara indigenous peoples by the Oromo and their invasions of different regions. The director of archaeological research, Jean Dorès, also relates in his work entitled Ethiopia that the Oromo would sacrifice the Christian Amharas to idols in celebration of their victories of invasion. The Emperor Iyasu in one instance would avenge the Amharas which the Boran Oromo had invaded, captured and sacrificed to idols. The Amhara emperors and patriots dedicated their existence to the defense of their kingdom. The highly organized and ruthless invaders would destroy entire cities, massacre the people, loot every treasury, and labor to murder the emperor to conquer the kingdom. The emperors and patriots having to defend their nation against invaders, both progressing from the southern borders, and Graing Ahmed's African and Arab forces would retaliate at equal intensity. Having eventually regained control, the succeeding generations of invaders would ironically become the accusers of the Amhara, pleading to have been subjugated by them. Very few seem to know that the capital city of Gondar was founded as a fortress city by Emperor Fasilides to secure the throne of the Emperor of Ethiopia and protect it from the southern invading Oromo by transferring it to the north to Gondar from Shoa. Fasilides himself was born in Shoa, and his father Susnios, who was captured by the Oromo at 16 and lost his father at their hands while at war with them. The heir of the princes known as Zamena Masafint was 100 years of the nation drowned in utter instability as a result of the constant wars with the expanding Oromos. It is indeed ironic that Amhara patriots are ever painted as subjugators, whereas it is they who have been pushed on their own land and their people who underwent an undiscussed genocide. At last, I will leave you with a quote by Emperor Lubna Dingle. Upon knowing that he had lost every province to the invading enemies, and news had reached him of the death of Raswasan Seged, his most important and trusted general, as written in the Futuh al-Habasha. Lubna Dingle said, "We shall go to the kingdom of our forefathers, the kings of Amhara. We shall die by the gates of Amhara while defending her."